Hello students, hope you all are doing good. So in this semester you're having the subject biomedical instrumentation. Myself Dr. Apurupakar is going to teach you this subject. The topics that I'll be covering under this subject biomedical instrumentation are: first I'll be teaching you what is biomedical instrumentation system. Then what are the transducers and electrodes that are used for this biomedical instrumentation system. Then we'll go through the cardiovascular measurement. Means here we'll study about the basics of cardiovascular system, everything about cardiovascular system and the instruments that are used for measuring the various parameters of this cardiovascular system. Similarly, we're going to study about respiratory system and everything about respiratory system, and that is the physiology part. And we'll study about the instruments that are used for measuring the various parameters in the respiratory system. Then we'll go through measurement of electrical activities in muscles and brain. We'll study about the instrumentation for clinical laboratory, means what are the instruments that are used in the clinical laboratory. We'll go through the medical imaging techniques. Then we'll go through this biotelemetry part, where you'll study about everything like the telemetry system, telemedicine, etc. And lastly, we'll study the therapeutic equipments, which includes electrotherapy, defibrillators, ventilators, etc. So the books that you will be needing for this subject are you will need Cromwell, that is Biomedical Instrumentation and Measurements by L. Cromwell. Then we have this Handbook of Biomedical Instrumentation by R.S. Khanpur. Then we have this Medical Instrumentation Application and Design by J.S. Webster, and these are the books for reference purpose. Now moving ahead to the main topic, that is we are going to study the biomedical instrumentation. So you might have a question in your mind that what is biomedical instrumentation? What is this term? What is biomedical instrumentation? So since the last 50 years, the usage of electrical and electronic equipment in the medical field has increased tremendously. As you can see, here I have shown the images where you can see these instruments in the hospital or in any health sector. You can see this instrument also. Here also I have shown the instruments that are used in the hospitals or in any health sector. So since the last 50 years, these electrical and electronic equipments in the medical field, their usage has increased tremendously. And in the present scenario, every field of health sector, whether it is a hospital or a physician's clinic, every health sector has variety of instrumentation systems for diagnostic as well as therapeutic purpose. So here in these two slides I have shown you what is actually instruments, what are the instruments that we use in medical field. For a brief, you can see these are the instruments. Now here I have used a term that we use these instruments for diagnostic as well as therapeutic purpose. So what is diagnostic instruments? Diagnostic instruments mean those instruments that are used for diagnosing the physical as well as mental disease. As you can see, we have sphygmomanometer for measuring the blood pressure. You might have come across this sphygmomanometer. Then we have this stethoscope, you know, or you all have seen this stethoscope. Then we have this digital sphygmomanometer. Then we have this otoscope set. So these are the instruments, those instruments that are just used for diagnosis purpose, for diagnosing the disease only. Those are diagnostic instruments. So these are diagnostic instruments. Obviously these are biomedical instruments only. This biomedical instruments comprises of diagnostic instruments as well as therapeutic instruments. So biomedical instruments, in biomedical instruments, the diagnostic instruments are used for diagnosing the disease. And therapeutic instruments means those instruments that are used for treatment of patients. In hospital, you might have seen ventilators that are used for the patients who are under very critical conditions. So those instruments that are used for treatment of patients will come under this therapeutic instruments. So here you can see the ventilator. This is a pacemaker. I have shown this pacemaker is also a therapeutic instrument because it is used it is implanted in the heart to regulate the heartbeat. Now as I've told you, this there is a tremendous use of this electrical and electronic equipments in the medical field, and as a result of this tremendous use of instruments in the medical field, engineering professionals are now deeply involved in many medical projects. So this fusion of medicine with engineering has evolved a new discipline of biomedical engineering, including biosensors, biomaterials, and bioinstrumentation. So now you might have known that what is biomedical instrumentation, that is instruments that are used in the medical field. Now in the next slide I will be telling you what is the role of this medical instruments or technology in human life, means how these biomedical instruments are affecting or impacting the human life. So here I have written certain points. The instruments, instruments, or that is the biomedical instruments, or you can say the medical instruments or technologies, they are used for better diagnosing, treating, and assessing the care of the patients. As a result, an overall improvement in the quality of life of human beings can be seen. Second point, better monitoring systems, more comfortable scanning equipment, and minimally invasive surgeries have obviously benefits on the patients. Then we have this telemedicine and robotic surgery, how this medical instruments through telemedicine and robotic surgeries are affecting or impacting human life, you can see here. So the integration of medical equipment technology and telehealth facilitates robotic surgeries, which means doctors need not to be present in the, or you can say need not to be present at the operation room to treat their patients. They can operate out of their home base, and the patient can get themselves treated in a nearby hospital. That is, surgeons can operate on a patient using robotics. So here also I have shown an image where you can see this is a robotic surgery being done on a patient. This is a robotic instrument, or you can say this is a robo doctor, we can say. So as I've told you, the doctors through this telemedicine, the doctors need not to be present in the operation room. They can operate from any other city through this telemedicine, and the patient can get themselves treated in a nearby hospital where the doctors can contact the main doctor through this telemedicine, through this communication, or you can say through the net. So this has benefited the human society in terms of eliminating stress of health related travel. Moreover, computers and communications have become a necessity in healthcare. As you can see, as patients and their family can use internet to search and contact doctors, have online appointments with them, can send the doctors their diagnostic scans through internet only, and doctors can prescribe them medicines through online mode only. So this telecommunication has helped human society in terms of saving time and money. Not only that, telemedicine can provide services to remote or undeserved areas also. Next point is radiation therapy. So here I have discussed telemedicine and robotic surgeries and telecommunication, how these things have impacted the human life. Next is radiation therapy. So as you can see in this slide, this is an instrument that is used in the radiation therapy. So it is another important application which is important for treating many types of life-threatening cancer in human beings. And the last point was in ophthalmology. So in the field of ophthalmology, we can find the role of instruments in human life. That is, we have this laser-based vision correction surgery. You can see a laser-based vision correction surgery is being performed on the patient. Then we have implantable lenses in the field of ophthalmology. Then there is a new way to treat sight-threatening disorders such as glaucoma, etc. So as I've already told you that the fusion of medicine with engineering. So here you can see, here I have already told you what is the importance of medical instruments in the human life, how they have impacted the human life, and therefore the fusion of this medicine with engineering has evolved a new discipline of biomedical engineering, including biosensors, biomaterials, and bioinstrumentation. Now coming to the next slide, we'll study what is actually the term biomedical instrumentation. Now we use the term bio to denote something that is related to life. When basics of physics and chemistry get applied to the living things, we name them as biophysics and biochemistry. Similarly, when the discipline of engineering and medicine interacts, it is called biomedical engineering. So biomedical engineering, it involves measurement of biological signals like ECG, EMG, or any electrical signal generated in the human body. Whereas biomedical instrumentation, it deals with the tools by which this biological variable measurements can be made. So any instrumentation system is defined as the set of all instruments and or equipments that are used to measure one or more characteristics of a physical system and to present it in a useful form. So we have already known that what is the instrumentation system. It is all about all the instruments that is used to measure one or more characteristics of a physical system and to present it in a useful form. And biomedical instrumentation, it deals with instruments used in the field of medical engineering. It is similar to general instrumentation, but the source of input signals to the biomedical instrument system is a living tissue or energy applied to a living tissue. Measurement of biological variables. Why we are actually measuring this biological variables using this biomedical instrumentation? Why we are measuring? The measurement of this biological variables help physicians to diagnose the problem and provide treatment. And to measure the biological signals and to design a medical instrument, concepts of electronics and measurement techniques are very much needed. So in this lecture, I hope you have understood that what is biomedical instrumentation, what is biomedical engineering, what is the role of biomedical instruments in the human life, how it is impacting the human life. So this was all about this part. I am ending this class here. We'll continue with the same topic in my next lecture. Thank you.